giving you the real from A to Z surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. News, updates, rumors, transactions, takes, and more. So strap up, Cowboys Nation, and start your day off with A to Z Sports. Live with Will Steele.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Good morning, good people. Welcome to A to Z Sports Live. We stream live on YouTube. And of course, I am your host, Will Skywalker. Steele. Boom! What's happening, people? It is Tuesday. I know what that means. It's not a fun one, but it must be done. Take Tuesday, diving into the film room, taking a look at the good, the bad, and the ugly from the Cowboys' loss to the 49ers. And I will be joined by none other than my brother from another, Voch Lombardicus Prime. Waiting for him to jump back into the screen. But until then, what's up with y'all, man? What's good with your bomb squad? How we doing this morning, huh? Are we feeling a little bit better?
Bomb Squad!
I happened to look at the shouts out to you, angry Cowboy fans. Appreciate you. I happened to look at Twitter because shouts out to Professor O talked about a quote from Jerry Jones, and I go on Twitter and I'm like, oh God, like can we just stop it? Yeah, I know they have to do it. I know he has to go on there. They gotta get the headlines and the ratings and this and that. But boy, they just telling on themselves, man. And what I'm talking about, if you don't know, is Jerry Jones went on the radio and said, hey, why isn't Dak Prescott running? Jerry basically said, because I said that can't run. That's basically what he said. He basically said, no, he's not running. And, me and Voch were in the background and we were talking about, well, then stop doing zone reads. Stop doing RPO. Stop doing all of this nonsense, man. But, it is what it is. Without further ado.
Good morning, good people. Let's watch Lombardi live back in from the crib on YouTube. I am your host, Voch Lombardicus.
Oh, I like the prime. He threw the prime. What's up, bro? Hey, I should get an award for how I held that down while you ran to the bathroom. By the way, they had no idea until I just said that.
Hey man, sometimes you get emergencies when you drinking that caffeine and you old.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? You try to be in good energy for the morning show. I'll be yawning. Boy, that caffeine hit, man.
Voch had 30 whole minutes to do so. I lied to you not. In the middle of hand to the sky. Hey, yo, can I use the bathroom? Go ahead, big dog. Go do your thing.
Hey, yo, look, I don't know what it hit.
I don't know big dog.
What's up, y'all? Y'all holding it down? Hold up, man. We ain't doing nothing else. Yoski, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Foxy.
What's good, y'all?
Hey, man, I miss doing the Voch Lombardi live show with you. Yeah. Has he called in this year?
Have I called the show?
No. Has he called in? Hey, I forget the boy's name.
Blade Brown.
Blade Brown. Yeah, Blade Brown.
He be around. He was around one time when the Eagles. He tapped into the Salt and Pepper Lounge when the Eagles lost one time, man.
Okay. I mean, because when the Cowboys are looking bad and losing the way they're losing, Voch, it's easy for the roaches to come crawling out, right?
Yeah, man. And look, I said this all. Hey, look, we really got a couple games to win this year. Like I know we want to win all of them. But boy,
we at that point. We're starting to trend to that point where, hey, just beat
them.
Just beat these niggas.
Them niggas right.
Right.
You take care of them, we straight.
It's approaching that, man. It's approaching that. But welcome in, y'all. Appreciate y'all for joining us here on the Skywalker Morning Show, brought to you by Specs. Yes, indeed. Hopefully, after this film, you don't have to go to Specs to drown your sorrows, but you go in there to celebrate something happening in your life. And we'll get to all that, man. We will. Voch, I was just kind of filibustering a little bit while you were using the bathroom.
You were stalling.
I was stalling, man, while you were in the stall. And I was talking about Jerry Jones' quote, because I did go read the full quote and about, hey, Jerry, why isn't Dak Prescott running, right?
Yeah.
And Jerry basically saying, because I said so. You know, because that's the quote I got from it. He talks about how he gets injured and quarterbacks get injured and he got injured. And I harken back to what happened in Atlanta or versus Atlanta in 2021, where he ran somebody over. And the first thing they say after the game is, hey, man, don't do that again.
Yeah.
You know? And then last year he did run. They were using him in RPO from time to time. In fact, he had like 2 touchdowns out of RPO. Sure. And this year, I think he might have pulled the ball 1 time in RPO.
You know, this football, Sky.
I say RPO, read option. Read option is what I really mean.
Sky, is football, man. I don't want my quarterback stiff arming people with his throwing hand.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like, besides that, man, what's the point of Dak being a big bulky mouth? You know what I'm saying? Like just let him run. Look, Joe Burrow runs, but he's not a runner, and he's hurt guy. Like Baker Mayfield's been running, Sam Darnold's been running. You know, Dak ain't Lamar Jackson, of course, and Dak ain't even Dak of Mississippi State or year. I'm
about to say I don't think he can do the Baker Mayfield, not Sam Darnold, who's Brock Purdy. I don't think he can run like that no more.
I like Purdy for sure. Purdy's a little more
way quicker, way faster.
Yeah. But I do think there's opportunities where Dak can run. But even if that's the case, I don't mind Dak not running. Like Dak ain't runny guy. I would much rather Dak get busy throwing the football. I would much rather my play caller, head coach, focus on the passing concepts. But if we could just keep it a buck, if Dak ain't gonna run, which is why I feel like Jerry Jones don't know football, because if he gonna say, Jerry said don't let Dak run because he costs money, right? If that's the case, then stop letting backside edge dudes run free. Then stop pretending like you're reading somebody. When Dak says boom and you acting like you ain't pulling, dog. So
right. Stop wasting that.
So let's get under center and do something if that's how we're gonna do it. But you know,
or have it legitimately be an RPO, right? Like we don't run like a traditional. I don't even know. Does the league run it anymore as much? I remember the Eagles won the Super Bowl off the backs of that for the most part. Like literally either run, handing it off to the running back. Like Nick Foles ran RPO, not read option. Pull the ball, throw the slant. Like
what happens is if I'm Fred Warner, who's incredible, by the way, they gave us fits, and I see you doing this and you looking at me, I'm running to like the front side receiver or something. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's easy to take RPOs away. And RPOs had their time, but
had their time. You're right.
They pick up on keys and shit. You know.
Hey man, your boy Sam Williams, he doing all the running from the police.
The Gary.
Sam got caught up, man. Before we get into the film room, just some house cleaning here. Sam Williams got caught up with the NFL police. According to .com, Sam Williams has been suspended for 3 games without pay for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy, the league announced. Now, we were talking behind the scenes. I didn't know what that meant. Was that something else he did not related to steroids? And you said, nah, it was like steroid, performance-enhancing drug type situation.
Yeah.
So as he's rehabbing, he's trying to turn into the Hulk.
But I'm like, good, because every time somebody get popped for the PEDs, they always come back better. They always come back fantastic. So I'm like, cool, pop your PEDs and miss 3 games, and game 4 go and be a monster. I don't mind this, but Sam out anyway. Sam's already hurt, so it's not like we can get the benefits of him being stronger as hell or nothing like that. So just whatever.
But I tell you, man, and look, we got called spade a spade. Was it Sam Williams? Oh, I'm sorry. Bossman Fat, Sam Williams, Luke Schoonmaker are your last 3 second-round picks.
Might as well trade it.
Hey, dog. Them picks.
Yeah.
Like, who want the 2? Let me go get one of your top guys. You can have this too. Yeah. Well, Sam got hurt. I mean, hey, it is what it is. He going into year 4, and we haven't really gotten the ROI on that second-round pick. Bossman's not on the team. Luke Schoonmaker will never be the starting tight end. Who was the second-round pick in 2020? Oh, Trayvon. So you got Trayvon. You got that one.
I can make
Tristan
the argument
Hill in 2019.
I can make the argument we got lucky there, and Trayvon was supposed to be a first-round pick, but he wasn't.
He wasn't.
He was going to be a guy that we was going to take in the first round, but he just kind of failed. And our first round guy was just kind of still sitting there. So you can't even count that. I'm counting the majority of what happens. We're trash in the second round. Scott, I mean, since we're asking this, Voch asked, you this, Scott, like, Do you think it's because we normally pick at the back of the second round? Let's just say we ask this year and we get a high second round pick this year. That'd be different, right?
You gonna make me go look at the second round for other teams, like, because if that's the case, then whoever picked behind us should never have a second round that hits 4 out of the last 5 years. Like, think about it. 4 out of the last 5 draft picks, the Cowboys have basically missed in the second round. So whoever was behind the Cowboys, 4 out of the last 5 draft picks, they should have missed. So I would have to go look at that, right? Because if everybody was terrible in the second round 4 out of the last 5 years, then the Cowboys get a pass. If not, then no. Which, again, I can't even give him a pass because maybe it was a third round guy. Like, you pick at the back of the second round, usually you're trending or you're hedging there around the third round grade anyway. So maybe a third round guy was better than the second round guy. But nah, I can't give him a pass for that. Can't do it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The Chiefs pick at the end of the second, the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, right? The Niners, they do the same thing. But they constantly churning out. Oh, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, they vibes. I'm just keeping it a buck, you know.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. Right. You just need to trade that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These picks, dog.
Hey, Scott, the way I feel though, I don't even want to trade picks now because I think we have so many needs. I don't just think like a trade
that's real.
Like one trade or two ain't gonna fix. You might as well just go ahead and draft or do something in the offseason.
You know, if I had confidence in my front office being creative, being able to finesse the system, I think you'd be able to do both. But I don't have that confidence. That's all I'm saying. And that type of confidence that I have for them boys is pretty much what I have for this offense right now, Voch. It's been a mess this year. The hope that I had, I said this on Foot Show, I said this on my show, said this to you. The hope that I had coming out the bye week was that whatever you discovered last year in the bye week, you'd come out and do those same things, right?
Or in Pittsburgh, or whatever you did a couple weeks ago in Pittsburgh. Just do it again.
That too. And that did not happen. So shouts out to John, man. John, man, he's fantastic. All right, this dude don't sleep. He must get the tape at 12 o'clock at night or whatever it is, 1 o'clock in the morning. He is churning out a lot of stuff for us. So one of the things I always like to chart or find is, at snap, pre-snap motion, number one. And there was a statistic that came out. Well, what did the Cowboys do? What was their percentage? Would you like to take a guess at what their pre-snap motion percentage was watching this game?
I would imagine it had to be around like 28.
No.
Less than that?
The highest it's been all year.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But see, this is why one of my mantras is context matters.
So, Scott, let me say this, though. Fair enough. How about this? Voch says this. We was watching Patreon yesterday, right? And I don't even know if I came up with a new term, but it's something that I want to start saying now. I want to say purposeful motion now.
That's why I'm saying context matters. There's a difference between a shift, a difference between CeeDee Lamb just going to go on this side, lackadaisical, get set, and there's a difference between ID motion.
We just got into a different formation.
And they adjusted. There's a difference between that, and that actually gets charted as a shift motion. So we did move before the snap at the highest percent. But if you go and watch why context matters, there's no purpose in it. There's absolutely none. But what really is the most important thing about motion is at snap. Unless you're going to be deliberate. If you watch how the Niners do it, even when they shift, it's purposeful. Them boys is moving. Like, are they about to snap the ball? Yep. They don't. They're trying to get you off guard and get you to, show your hand.
I think so. Scott, just slow down. I think that's so important what you're saying. Just in case anybody listening don't understand it, this is what we mean, right? This is what San Fran will do. Debo will sprint to the other side, and while we going, and in the middle of us communicating what to do, the ball is snapping, they'll run over there. Or they'll run behind you check or something. What the Cowboys will do, CeeDee Lamb will go in motion. And while they going, he over there. And then CeeDee Lamb will get set over there. And then they'll adjust one more time. And Dak makes sure that everybody's set over there. Then we snap the football.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Their motion puts pressure and stress on our defense. We simply change formations.
Exactly. Simply change formation. So what John Owning did on Twitter was say what we need is the at snap motion rate. That's really what. If you go look at some of the best offenses in the league, they are running at snap motion a lot higher than Cowboys. Would you like to guess what that percentage was?
Oh, at snap got to be 12. Look, Sky, because look, even on the very first play of the game, Sky, I don't even know if you got, but the very first play of the game, it was a motion shift and a pause and another motion and a pause. I'm like, man, y'all just moving people. at snap got to be 12%.
Oh, there you go. Perfect, baby.
Right on point. Right on point.
Right on point. Cowboys ran at snap motion just 12% of plays. Would you like to know how many plays that is out of the 64?
6?
7.
We suck, dog. We so goddamn trash, dog.
So here's the other thing I found hilarious. Coming into the week, the Cowboys were running at snap motion 14% of the time. They found a way to get worse.
Oh Lord!
Against a team where you go and watch the film, Voch.
Boogeyman.
They have a hard time dealing with at snap motion, man. I showed it all week, brother.
I don't think we took advantage of Greenlaw being hurt at all.
We didn't take advantage of where they've been vulnerable, the middle of the field, until Voch.
Yeah,
we did.
Hufanga and them, like it's just like
until we did,
yeah. And then once we did, we didn't do it no more, Scott.
No, well, we go get into all of it.
We'll get there.
We're about to get into. So today's film session is literally going to be the entire show because for those who watch my show, we do tape Tuesdays. It's usually a segment, but I got lots of plays we're going to break down. Plus, I got Voch here, so I got his high intelligence football IQ that's going to help break down some of these things that we see, and it's going to be what Coach like to say, ebbs and flows. So it's going to be ups and downs. We're going to show the good. We're going to show some of the bad. We're going to show some of the ugly in this whole entire situation. But I had to get a laugh out of the one time that our numbers show we ran the highest amount of shift motion, which again, context matter. You got to watch. You can't just base it off just the numbers in general. We run the lowest percentage of at snap motion, which really kills the 49ers defense. But you ready to get into the film, bro?
Let's run it for the cardio, you know.
Man, I ain't heard that in a minute.
Hey man, we ain't co-workers right now.
God damn, dog.
You know, just people just hang around.
Running for the cardio was a staple.
Hey man.
Okay, man, do I got some music? I feel like I want to put some music on about it. Let me see if I got something for you here. Yeah. Hey, where you going, dog? There go Voch trying to leave again.
Nah,
Hey.
Nah, man, I just went to get my phone and my knife, man. You know what I'm saying? To help me concentrate a little bit.
Hey, Cowboys Nation, let me know before I get going. Is the audio good? Is the music too loud? I just wanted to put some background music on as we have a little fun here. Give me a thumbs up if we straight. A mic check on Voch.
Check. Yo.
If it's too loud, I'll try to peek over it and we'll turn it down. So, Voch, I wanted to start off with the interception, the first interception, okay? And I always have these little notes. I got first interception, ID motion, 2x2 stagnant. Stag is stagnant. A negative concept, negative protection. I don't like the concept. I don't like the protection. This play, and again, I don't like how we use Turpin in this game, to be honest with you. But anyway, Turpin is going to remain on the outside here as the number one receiver, and he's just going to run straight down the field on the seam route. We got Tolbert running a kind of whip route. Can you say it for me here? What's Jake Ferguson going to do?
He going to run upfield and turn around. I'm so sick of this offense, guy.
And CD Lamb is just basically running a comeback. So what I'm getting at here is the reason why I don't like this, because all freaking week we talked about you got to isolate. You either isolate or put pressure on these safeties. I'll let the play run real quick, and then we'll come back and tell you why I hate this thing, man. We're just going to let it run through, and then we'll rewind the whole thing. You put no pressure on the safety. You have no protection. That gets hit, floats it, interception. So, Voch, they get the motion here is basically to get an identifier, right? He's now he's going to come down, and we got a single high. It goes from too high to single high. Single high, in my opinion, you have to put some pressure on this safety, Voch, and they don't do it. I know how I would attack this. I would run a dagger type concept I would send him upfield here, and I'll have Turpin run right behind that situation. But just kind of your thoughts on this whole thing from a concept standpoint before we get into the protection.
Well, you have to occupy the safety, because if not, as soon as Dak looks looks to the other side. If there's nothing to hold the safety, then the safety just gonna dip out in that direction. So you have the isolated defender, Skywalker Steele. What I would have done is I would have switched them, okay, and I would have made my slot guy run a post right at the safety.
Oh,
right at him. So if that would have been Turpin running a post right at the safety, and then run, who was that, Tolbert, I guess, and run Tolbert to the 9 or whatever. So now it makes your safety have to choose a route, right? And if your safety chooses the 9, then that post is a goddamn touchdown. Either one is a touchdown.
Right.
If they're going to be in single high like this, and if you take a look at the linebackers right there, they're kind of identifying, hey, we're playing the Cowboys. That's CeeDee Lamb over there. Let me just kind of look in that direction. You got middle of the field wide ass open, bro. They are terrified of Jake Ferguson and CeeDee Lamb. And if you watch film all day, they always had linebackers looking over in that direction because you're not going to test them vertically. Man, you run a post and a 9 right here.
See here, I'll turn Voch's mic up a little bit. Said it was a little low. I got you. Here, so what you're saying, what I would have done, same thing you're saying, but I would have did it with motion.
That would have worked.
Get Turpin going, and then send him on that over route. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that puts that pressure on that safety and have him release outside, because that's Tolbert's the guy you want to be running to the boundary on deep balls. Sure. Not Turpin as the outside guy here.
That's why I said switch. So make Turpin run the post, because I would much rather him wide open in the middle of the field anyway. And let Tolbert be jump ball guy to the outside if you need him.
Instead, you have Tolbert running this kind of comeback route, and then you got Turpin running up the boundary. I don't see what you get. You're not putting any pressure. Definitely if he's running down the field, turning around, and he's just running a comeback route. You're putting no pressure on the safety. So the safety is already going to be playing back deep. Now, his only responsibility is the guy that's running the only deep route.
Yeah.
So, in theory, if he has the time, you want Dak Prescott to throw that thing to the back pylon, but he can't step up because, oh, brother Cuzzo.
Which is why I would love for one of our media friends to be like, hey, on that Dak Prescott interception, you were, trying to beat up on cover 1 or whatever. Why didn't we run some route inside to occupy the safety, the one high safety?
Well, can I also think about something here?
Sure.
I wonder if Dalvin Cook being new and not really understanding, if I'm going to be Bosa's side, who do you think I should be helping?
You gotta hang in there. This ain't about you, play. You gotta hang in there. Look, this is a one read offense where we throwing deep over there. Yo, Dalvin, you gotta stay in there and help.
Dalvin don't even give a damn about Nick Bosa. He just steps right up. There's no blitz, Dalvin. I mean, if your responsibility is to just run a route, then get in your route. This looks like he's looking to find a blitz, find somebody to block, help, and then release. The help is right here.
It's right there.
It's right there. So Dak is back on the release, gets hit, can't step into it. Floater interception. So I just don't like the concept, don't like the protection, and I hate stagnant stuff. And that's what you're gonna give, Voch.
Sure. And honestly, man, I understand your offensive line kind of got whooped a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Skywalker Steele, I'm an analytic boy now because we got the new little means or whatever. We leave our tackles one-on-one a lot. Dalvin was there, but even if Dalvin did help right there, it's still 85% of the time Terrence Steele was just by himself on a gangster, on Nick Bosa or Aiden Hudson, or whatever, right? And if we're gonna be a one-read offense for real, if we just gonna be a one-read, or we just looking over here, just keep somebody in the backfield to help Terrence Steele. We wasn't even looking at Jake on that play or whoever the tight end was on that play. Let him stay in and help Terrence, and maybe Dak can step into a throw and whatever. But
all right, so now let's get into some of the good. I mean, this play is not. I personally have a gripe with this play because I don't like how we do this. I don't like the short under center 3-step drop. Everybody's gonna do what, Voch?
Run up field and turn around.
Let me get the right one here. Everybody's gonna run up field
and turn around.
I think he actually runs it. I think he runs a deep route. He's going to motion here, run up field, turn. I just whatever, man. I mean, it's kind of a long handoff here. 3-step short drop. I hate this because number one, if you're a corner, if you're a linebacker and you're reading this, now Dak can't do nothing else.
They know what you running. They know exactly. They are sitting on all this.
Exactly. He has to get rid of the ball right now. We're running comeback routes on man coverage. Press is just goofy to me anyway. And look, stick routes. Just whatever, man. Gets rid of it. We get some yards. I know a Sky complained they got 5 yards. You're right. What are we really setting up here? We don't run no double moves off this. Whatever. I bet. Now let's get into the good stuff on this touchdown drive. Too high, light box, plus blocking. So it's positive blocking here. 87 crashes down and blows up Fred Warner. 15, Ezekiel Elliott's going to find Green. Let's take a look at our guy, Jake Ferguson, real quick. Watch what he does to Fred Warner. Whew. This is what you love to see, bro. Watch what he does. Just kaboo!
Beautiful. Also, too, though, Scott, I think that is worth saying. I would much rather my tight ends blocking linebackers and safeties
like that
than to be blocking edge dudes. I never want to see Jake Ferguson blocking Nick Bosa by himself, but we be doing stuff like that, man. Put him on people his size and let him go and do this. This is fantastic.
It's fantastic. Okay, so now we got Jake Ferguson blocked up. On his block. I mean, you could talk about this from a nuanced standpoint. This is a solid recovery, I think, from Tyler Smith. I think this is Zach Martin got his guy turned, and look what we got, y'all. We got Green, man. We got Green for Zeke to find, and when Zeke's doing the trash can, watch the trash, get downhill, finish. Love it, man. Love it. But talk about this recovery from your boy. I think this is Tyler Smith.
Whoever this character is gave us a hard ass time, man. I thought Hargrave being gone was gonna be cool, but nah, they just got another one.
In reality, you should be dead right here.
You should be whooped. He was able to get up under his pads or whatnot, but boy, Tyler has what we call an anchor and scrumph, and he was just able to get his feet back, get his base back, sit down, and create the seal for Zeke. And shouts out to Zeke for being. I don't give Zeke a bunch of credit, but shouts out to Zeke for being kind of patient right here. You know what I'm saying? For just being a little bit.
Find the green. He did a great job finding. They did a great job giving him green. He did a great job finding the green. Get downhill. That's how you got to use him. Stop tossing shit to Zeke. Stop trying to get him out. He needs to get downhill, but you got to give him green to get downhill.
Yep.
This play action rollout 88 crosser. So I have PARA. All my viewers know I'm big on run action. Play action don't mean shit because it gets documented as play action if Dak Prescott just pretends to put the ball in Lipke's belly, and then, you know what I'm saying? And that's a play action. No. Give me legit run action. Show me these offensive linemen, looking like they're about to run a zone here, and watch what it does to these linebackers. So first we got the movement here. What does that do? We're going to bring down this safety. So it kind of looks like they're passing it off here, right? Now look at all this movement here with looks like a run. All these guys are looking like we're doing some type of run action, and you move these linebackers. And what's going to happen right behind it? Attacking the middle of the field.
Yep.
CeeDee Lamb gets a big play. That's the type of stuff I like to see, Voch.
And this may have been a manufactured throw on the opposite side of my body. We don't want to do it too much, but it was
does this all the he loves doing that shit. Throwing like that.
Yeah, it's just wide ass open this time. And hey, CD on a crosser. CD ran some crossers, but I feel like Fred kind of took it away sometimes. But when you run it off of play action and Fred has this run responsibility,
yes,
it gives Fred a little more to think about. So now he just can't follow CeeDee Lamb like that.
You said the word think. Like when you don't make Fred Warner or any of these linebackers have to think in this scheme, we talked about it all week. Well, then they could just sit back in their areas, and that's what happens. We'll get to the end of the game. They sent nothing at Fred Warner. He sits back, boom, gets his hands on the ball. Again, another light box plus blocking here. 15 downhill finish. So this play was actually unique. I think this was the one we looked at behind the scenes, Voch, where I think this is Zach Martin is going to kind of seal his guy here. And instead of normally you see the tackle go backside, he's actually going to come play side and get up on the second level here. Was that one or no?
No.
That's not that one?
That ain't it.
Okay, that's not the one. That's the next one. Okay, this was the one. This is the Tyron Smith play is what I call it. This is the Tyron Smith play. This is where they allow the
get upfield
and then smack them, right? Both tackles kind of do that. But again, green. Options, right?
Yep.
Green. Just give them green. And then we know one thing that that Zeke can do, he can finish.
I think this week Mike McCarthy, and I don't want to give Mike too much credit. And look, this is look, Scott, turn the music on. Listen, this is what Mike did. Mike made sure that we had enough blockers to block the defenders this week.
Yeah, because in the Lions game, it was always 6 on 5.
It was
7
6
on
trying
5.
to block 8 people,
Yeah.
7 trying to block 9 people. This time, hey, we got a bunch of 6 on 6 and 7 on 7s. Scott, that sounds like something a middle school coach would know. But ours, we got to go week by week, Scott. But go ahead.
But see, we got to be able to take advantage of these light box, especially when it's width. Like, not only is it light, but you got some width. You know that he loves to be way wide, right? So use his aggressiveness against him. And when I see this, you should be able to run all over this. You should be. But this is another one of those incidents where we get Cooper Beebe on the second level. He did a good job in the first half, at least getting a body on it, right? Like, This is Fred Warner. Fred's going to obviously detach. But if I can get Ezekiel Elliott downhill, not be touched for 5 yards, I mean, come on now. And then we know Zeke can finish. So great run. Okay, so all right, you just had a couple good runs, and you get down into the red zone.
We go motion and wait for them.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah, we got guys. We got guy, bro. Okay.
All right, Voch, here we go. So
was anybody open, Scott? Just run. Let me see if anybody was open.
No, by the time CD breaks open, look who's hello.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm getting at here, bro.
Yeah.
Once again, Nick Bosa, 1-on-1 with Terrence Steele. Why is Zeke on this side? Why is he not on this side helping out Nick Bosa? Helping out Terrence Steele.
Honestly, Scott, I think Guyton was fine by himself this game. I think Guyton did a...
Yeah, because ain't no goddamn Nick Bosa over there, Voch.
Hey, man, Leonard Floyd better than Guyton, but Guyton did...
Fair enough. But what I mean is you put the attention on the dude who's a wrecker.
Put it on
But
both.
I digress. Anyway, so basically, I don't mind. I don't mind the motion turned into a stack and then, the out. I guess. I don't like the out. I'd rather come in, but whatever. But by the time he does break open, Nick Bosa is saying, hello, and plays dead.
I never want Zeke run a route, so I would much rather Zeke help block Nick Bosa than to go run a route somewhere.
Come on, man. All right, bet. We get the sack. This is the one I'm talking about, Voch. So we get a light box plus blocking, 15, downhill finish. What I like about this one, though, is this is some motion here that is going to have an effect, right? Because when he moves, look what Fred Warner does. So Fred kind of has to acknowledge it. So now not only do you have this light box, but look at the width.
Yep.
I mean, dude, this is you love this. Now you got Nick Bosa way wide 9 outside the tight end. And this is the play where Zach Martin is going to seal off Malik Collins and Terrence Steele. Cuzzo is going to loop inside. Now, we talked about how sometimes you see them loop that side, but he loops inside. And I think we get a duo here. And then Tyler Smith gets on top of Fred Warner here from a blocking standpoint. But
let's
again,
see what happens here. Let's see.
Look at the green, man. And can I please, again, I also want to shout out Zeke on this play because I love how he presses.
Yeah.
And this is why I think this is kind of like a zone. He presses this and bounces back here.
Sure.
So look, we press it, sets up by him pressing the outside. It allows Terrence Steele to easily get this block. And look what we got here. A seal here. Alley. That was only like 6 yards, but I'll take that. That puts you in third and manageable now, right? So kind of just break down from an offensive line standpoint. I thought this was unique. When I hit you up, I was like, hey, man, I like how they did this from a blocking standpoint. But we talked about this. You don't normally see this.
So what normally happens, though, Scott, if you'll erase that and draw Terrence Steele running to Tyler Smith or whatever, it's normally that, and it's called a dart. Like they'll let 91 go. And then Terrence will go and hit 91, and they'll just run behind Tyler Guyton and Terrence. But I haven't seen this before. This is a very, very short version of that, so the league is always moving. But hey, I like it.
That's why I wanted to talk to you about it because I'm like, they don't have a lot of good inside zone type plays, or they run hat on hat, and you just try to make it work. This is unique because if you're going to give us light boxes, which they've given Zeke and Rico Dowdle a ton of light boxes this year. You've got to be a little bit more creative in how you're going to run the ball because you're not moving guys hat on hat, okay? And Terrence, one thing we know Terrence can do is he can run block his ass off. He's athletic enough to get out there in space. So I love this also because Zeke presses it here, right? So when he presses it, that sets up the block for Terrence Steele to bounce it back. So I like this play.
Also, to the running back, Scott, something that they likely worked on in the bye week. Take a look at your left guard, Tyler Smith, Pusha T right there. Take a look at him. Normally, not even normally, but just like throughout this year, we haven't been very patient when it comes to comboing and climbing and stuff like that. But he's very patient here. He's hanging around with BB. He's not leaving BB behind to get whooped. And then at the very last second, that's when he comes off and go gets on.
Look at that. That's power, bro. Stops him right in his tracks.
Boom. Much better.
You know, you got some good positive momentum going there on the ground in his touchdown drive. Third, now you're getting third and long. Third and manageable. It was third and 16. You get like 6 yards, I think it was, on that play. Now it's third and long. Tight end screen plus concept plus execution. I was asking for this. If you go look on film, I think it was the Chiefs had a couple tight end screens. I believe other teams were throwing some type of screens at this fast, aggressive type of unit here. So basically, get in motion. Basically, it's kind of a snag type motion. We get BB out in space. Our guy Zach is just enough. Good Lord, Zach. And then it's all Jake Ferguson, man. It's all Jake Ferguson just getting the yak. But this is how you got to get Jake involved sometimes too. If he can't get downfield, get him the ball, get some blockers out in front, and allow him to make guys miss. I wonder here if Zach is able to really hold this block.
Sure.
I mean, we could be talking 6.
Ferg is such a yak guy. I don't know why we don't manufacture ways for him to get going.
Terrence too.
You know what I'm saying? It seems like the other team can find a mismatch with their tight end. And, they got some backups out there at safety. I don't know why we couldn't manufacture a way to get our guy going. But, hey, Ferg gets his catches, and Ferg doesn't go down when the first person tries to tackle him.
All right, then you get a penalty on Luke Schoonmaker at the 1 yard line. I saw your tweet. Don't make this complicated. Hand the ball off.
Give it 15, man. Give it 15. Get
follow 73. Watch your boy here. Watch your boy. It's a wrap.
Let's go find him.
Here you go. Don't make this isn't complicated, man. We don't got to make this complicated at all, man. Now, do I like getting in shotgun? I don't. Not gonna lie to you, but we get Tyler Smith, and he's just look. I love Fred Warner, but that ain't happening, Fred. Like, you got to get out in space and you got to finesse him. You're not running. Get Tyler, bro. And then either put your head down, Z, and get a tutty. I mean, nothing really to get through there. So that was the first touchdown drive. Voch, when you go and you look at that first touchdown drive, what did you come away with from that one?
Man, I would have just loved for us to do it again. I would love for us to try to execute and do it again. It felt like we had a chance, Scott. It felt like we had a chance, but it felt exhausting. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was watching the game, sometimes we be talking about the other team scoring on us is looking easy. When we scored on them, I was like, whew, all right, long drive. We finally got in there. Let's do it again.
This team is going to make it hard on you. They're going to make you matriculate down the field. But
sure.
but where I'm with you is the things that we saw that were successful there. Do it again.
Do it again.
Right. Do it again. So we get the ball back. Scores 7-3. They get down in this area, basing off a big play to Jalen Tolbert, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was Jalen Tolbert. There wasn't really much else going on here. So they get down here. I'm like, all right, bet. We got down here. What do we have success with down here? We were running kind of that trap counter look. We were taking advantage of light boxes. Voch.
They got heavy personnel and went empty.
Y'all.
They got heavy personnel and went empty. 22
There's not a single formation that pisses me off more in football than seeing Ezekiel Elliott spread all the way out to the boundary. It is an absolute waste of a play.
Brevin down bottoms.
But not only that, Voch pointed this out to me. That wasn't I was seeing red when I'm watching this. Even in the film, I'm seeing red. Like, why the hell they got Zeke out there? Put Zeke back here to help. Bro, why the hell is Luke Schoonmaker? Oh, no. Hunter Lipke. I'm sorry.
It's Hunter Lipke.
Hunter Lipke.
They all white, I know.
Brevin Spanford.
Yeah. Scott, they are in 22 empty. What are we doing? on a one read. This is a common theme, Scott. We have regressed into a one read offense.
Fam, we got one receiver out there.
22 empty.
We about to run a bunch of slow.
But look, Scott.
No offense to anybody slow.
Scott,
slow.
It ain't like it's 22 empty with like, oh, we got John Stevens and Jake out there.
Yeah, right. Or we're gonna show this formation that we're gonna motion in, right? We're gonna shift in now. He's in the backfield. He's in tight. Yeah, Zeke comes back. Like no, y'all. Nope. We stay here. Well, what's the play, Scott?
If this would have been Dalvin, Deuce, Jake and John hurt, but Jake and John Stevens, that's better personnel to deal with a goal line pass than this nonsense you running out there.
This is nonsense. So they didn't motion anybody back in. They didn't try to all this was all right, we just gonna run CD Lamb
and run this
3 yards and slant inside. Bro, what are we accomplishing? And
he sat down, and it's only one read. You couldn't even go nowhere else. That couldn't even go nowhere. They sat on CeeDee Lamb. And look, even if CeeDee Lamb went the other way, is somebody over there waiting on him. And they knew. They knew. If I was playing safety, man, Dak ain't throwing to the white people out there. He throwing to CeeDee. He throwing to CeeDee Lamb. So this is what we get. Okay. All right. You just marched down there, got to the red zone, got some momentum. We come out in 22 personnel spread. I bet 2nd down and 7. Okay, cool. We back under center. Now you're doing what you should have did last time with your personnel. You got Brevin Span forward and tight. It's the same guy. No, it's 2 receivers.
No, they got 2 receivers. But I'd rather this. So it looks like, okay, either they're going to run some power here. They might do some zone. We don't know what they're going to do. They're under center. Maybe it's a play action. Does that look like play action to you?
He can't even move, dog. Why is Zeke still just standing up, dog?
I hate this type of play action because when Dak comes up from under center, his head is up. It's not turned around as a play action. Now we want to fake the play action. That's doing nothing, bro. Yeah. Absolutely nothing to no one. And let's take a look at the routes.
Brevin Span forward. It holds the key to our destiny, boy.
Where are we going here, y'all? Squad, where are we going here?
Yo, Scott, Dak should just run right here. Why don't Dak just run right here, Scott? Because ain't nothing else going on.
Where we going here? All right, we're going to try to throw the Brevin Span forward. And I mean, shit, put it on him. But
Dak hit him.
All right, y'all. Okay, 1st, 2nd down didn't work. Here we go. 3rd down. We got some motion. We're going to get CD Lamb in the slot here. But here's what you really got to pay attention to. 7 dudes at the line of scrimmage. All right. In my head, or as Voch would say, in my mind, I like hot routes to my wide receiver across the middle of the field if the blitz is coming, right? So if this blitz is coming, if CD sees the blitz, if Dak and CD are on the same page that they're going to blitz, I want the hot route here. I want it right now. Take one step and get in the middle of the field right now, because if they're blitzing, it's wide open. If they're not blitzing, the CD can run this out route that he's going to eventually run, and he's just going to run up the field. And I believe he just runs up the field. Instead, they're all going to blitz. The hot is this way. I think he's going to run a slant, but he has no time to get to that. Run a post. No time to get to that. And instead, because of this hot route, you're going to get 2 guys converging on him in regards to Jake Ferguson. 11 yards away, and there's just nothing you can do here. Right, Voch? So that's just, we talked about this before. For me, my hot is I want my best player. Me and the best. Hey, if he blitzes, I need you to come right and cross my face. And this is a touchdown. If he slants here, you force this this safety to make a decision. And then I would run or maybe actually run him a little deeper here in the back of the end zone and throw that thing up. But neither of those things happen. And we get that. So I don't know, Voch, if you got anything else on this is just a simple, they're just all cover 0 type situation here.
Mike trash, go ahead.
So the reason why I wanted to show this second red zone possession, man, is because all year I've been talking about how we get down to the red zone, Voch, and when we throw the ball, we don't have a creative enough scheme or have not had a creative enough scheme to get down there and just spread it out and throw it. We have to have some sort of threat running the ball. Even if it doesn't work, you gotta have some type of threat. Or how about you run plays that do work? Plus, once you get to the red zone, that's supposed to be Ezekiel Elliott's baby, right? That's what he does down there. He has a nose for the end zone, and they refuse to do it, man. So, that second possession from a red zone standpoint was frustrating after you had success the previous possession running the ball.
Yeah.
Let me fix my lights here. Actually, I'm just gonna let it go.
Mike trash. I ain't gonna say Mike. I'm over. And like this the bad part about it. Like the people that don't watch our show or the people that don't tune in to me and you in the morning or whatever, they just walk away saying, "Hey man, Dak just garbage. What's going on?" You know what I'm saying? And Dak ain't perfect, dog. But what can he do with this shit?
Well, he can't turn the ball over like you said. But and again, the first one, I don't really care about that one because I hated the concept. The protection was shitty, and he's trying to get it out, but he should have just probably ate the sack. But I mean, good lord, got whooped. The second one was an absolute boneheaded play. We shouldn't have ran the play. Mike even said it. Why are we? I should have never ran that route or called that call, but he should have never threw it. Just throw it out of bounds and live to fight another day.
Whoever the highest paid head coach is, Jerry need to give Ben Johnson $2 more million than, and let's just
power.
And power.
Yeah, let him go. All right. So now we're going to get into, again, ebbs and flows. We show some things we like, show some things we didn't like. We're going to go back and forth. This, I have here, wasted at snap motion, not attacking the middle of the field. All right, Voch, here we go. Single high, right? Stress the safety, right? Do something to put some stress on the safety. I love at snap motion like this kind of jet, and then get upfield and run towards the middle of the field. This is a waste to me because you had a perfect opportunity. Look at the release. Nobody touching CeeDee Lamb. Would y'all venture to guess where CeeDee Lamb goes?
Not where the space is. He's going right back to the defender that was chasing his ass. Right back to the defender that was chasing his ass.
Why?
We helping the defenders.
Why? This makes no sense to me. How do you watch film all week? You see this dude up here in single high. You know they're vulnerable in the middle of the field, and we do this?
Scott, do you think do you think at least till we hire Ben Johnson, do you think do you think option routes would have benefited us this year, Scott?
Oh my God. I don't know. Option routes with CD, option routes with Ferg, maybe because you were with them. I'm not running a bunch of option routes with Brooks and Tolbert and Turpin. Hell no.
I'm not even throwing the ball to Jalen Brooks. I'm not even looking.
Hell no. But again, just back to this. Why not here, y'all? Why are we running this back into? Look at 22. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Get to the top.
Thanks.
Okay, so all right, bet. All right, Sky. Well, it's not there. Dak has somewhere else to go with it, right? So we're going to get a chip here on whoever this is, whatever, and he's going to actually try to continue to block. So we're at the top of the drop. He had the protection to go inside here. I mean, this is a huge play, maybe a touchdown.
Yep.
All right, nothing's there. So now Dak steps up. All right, I'm going to come back to my secondary option. So Dak is actually going to look this way, right? He looks that way. Uh-oh.
But they just ran down the field and turned around.
And then here comes the pressure. Let's take a look at it from the cartel view, right? All right, so we'll let the play run. There's the motion. If he just runs to the middle of the field, dear Lord. But he doesn't. Dak steps up. Oh, shit. Sack.
Trash.
Wasted at snap motion, in my opinion. This is how it's supposed to be done, okay? This is the Rams doing the same fucking play against single high, Voch. And look what they do here. Get the free release. Lamb got the free release. Oh, well, what do you know? The middle of the field. I'm not making this up, man. This stuff was on tape.
I like how you was smacking the shit out the button. Like, look at this. Look how we open right here.
Where's right here? Like,
yeah. You smacking the shit. Like, look.
With my man on TikTok.
That's what a good
it's all there, man. It's all there. Rams ain't
good offense.
Well, I don't know.
Ram better than us.
Don't sleep on. All right, here we go. Now we in the fourth quarter. We're trying to storm back here.
How do we get here, man? How do we get to 27?
Fourth down, and this is where things start to pick up. They start to do the things that work, right? Bunch stuff, creative stuff. motion stuff, and we're going to go through some of these plays here. And there's a reason why. Be patient. We're going to go through these plays because there's a reason why. And I don't have. Okay, here we go. Look at this. Oh, would you look at this? Huh. Okay. So we get the at snap motion out here. We kind of get the exit motion a little bit. We get him deeper on this pre-snap. And usually you would think, all right, he's just going to run right up the field, right? They actually run a interesting version of slant flat. Interesting version because it's really not a slant, more kind of a skinny post. But they're going to get Jake Ferguson to kind of make these guys pinch inside, or I should say him pinch inside. So here we go. You got the flat concept right here, right? You kind of got the slant concept here. So I guess it is slant flat. And that opens up this middle of the field because Jake Ferguson, if you see right here, is going to have these linebackers. And the reason why I think this is interesting is because you do it out of bunch. You do it out of trips to the right. You don't normally see that. Usually it's like 2x2, and they'll run a slant flat combination. But by pushing him outside, watch the hips of number 2. He's thinking, oh, we're running a deep route. So you flip him, he's beat.
1-on-1.
Now look at this. This is easy pitch and catch right here. So bet. Good. Yeah, that's not a slant. That's more of like a skinny post. But great play design to me. And great execution. Voch, anything you got there?
Nah, man, Mike's still trash, but just do this more. Just do this more. You explained it great.
All right, here we go. Once again, ad snap, but CD run the laziest ad snap motion or pre-snap. I guess it's pre-snap. Oh, get set. Here we go. What we got? Okay, I see what happened here. All right. So this was the play where CD is going to motion inside here, get set, stack a little bit, and we're going to run an over. I love overs, Voch.
They work.
I love overs. Okay.
They work on us too.
When you do that, he has to bump out. So now we have no press. So he gets a free release, right? We're going to run turnaround, but that takes these two guys. Look what happens. This is actually a creative play, in my opinion, because he knows he's not getting this rock, but he's clearing it for CD Lamb on the backside here.
Yep.
Good design. Let's see more of that, right?
Let's
see more of that. Okay, and this is the touchdown play, Voch, where fortunately we caught these boys in man, because we run this a few times where we try to run a whole bunch of meshes, right? Like a whole bunch. Just everybody just basically, he's going to block, release, and then you're going to get CD Lamb all the way on the backside here.
Somebody thought they was running zone and like pass CD Lamb on while they was running man, huh?
I feel like the linebackers were trying to play past the thing along, but this is why you have to do what, Voch, with the linebackers? Make them think. Let's break it down. All right, so they do a switch release. He's running on the backside. But I want to run this back just for a quick second, because take a look at Jake Ferguson. All right, Bosa's on this side. Got to help out a little bit, right? Now watch the release. Look what happens.
Yep.
When Jake releases, he abandons his responsibility, and we get wide open CD Lamb. I like it.
Yep.
I like it a lot.
And if you go
On
into a
crosser.
team, and most teams know you either want to get the ball to Jake or like Lamb or whatever, make them pick between Jake and Lamb. Like make a concept where they got to pick between Jake and Lamb, and they got to pick one of them. If they pick one, the other should be open somewhere.
Facts. I mean, this is just a great look. You got great protection, right? We drop back here. You got to let the play develop. Okay, we got to let these guys get over, right? Let them get into the muck so they can get confused. CD Lamb hasn't cleared just yet. We don't want to release the ball too soon, because if we release it right now, he can drop back. I don't know if he can see right now. I don't got the pass, but you got plenty of time. No need to rush this thing. No need to press. Let your man get out into the route. Gets out to the route. It's over. It's dead now. Plays over. Daxon is released. Excellent execution. Wide open. Just perfect play. It's a perfect play. All right, here we go. Now we get into the third, I believe, touchdown. Now, this one was not, again, it was stagnant. And when I talk about being stagnant, you have to have some creativity behind it. We'll let the play go here a little bit. But once again, Voch, what do you have to do to linebackers?
Make them think.
Got to make them think, bro. Got to make them think. CD Lamb, another over, right? But this over, again, has to take its time. You got to let the play develop. There's kind of a high-low situation here. I love this. We saw this on film with the crossers with, I think it was Kansas City. So you got a crosser mesh, whatever you want to call it, right here with Brooks and with Ezekiel Elliott. So when you have this crosser, you make this linebacker have to commit. When he commits, look at all this space. Just throw it out there. Fred Warner, great, but Fred Warner can't run with CeeDee Lamb. So again,
even if they decide that, hey, we're gonna let Brooks run this, and I'm just gonna go cover Lamb, then that's the easy ass throw to Brooks. So either way you go,
right,
something's available for you.
Perfect, right? Like, so if you're basically saying if he fades back, well, now look, I got Brooks wide open, and Brooks is gonna get me at least 8, maybe make somebody miss. So again, sending guys to the middle of the field, sending multiple guys there, making these linebackers think. These things were working. I don't know why you didn't do this at the beginning of the game, but I digress. Here we go. All right, what we got here? Okay, this is actually very basic, and I'll let the play run. But let me tell you why I still think, given how they played this, I like it. Okay, so all you're really going to get is he's going to run up, turn around. I know Voch hate that. He'll run up, turn around. But here's why it's important for Jake Ferguson to press inside. Details, right? I love Kurt Warner talking about details. If he releases outside here, and we've been doing this far too much, these guys, he can cover 2 dudes for real, right? Sure. But he releases inside, gets right on Fred Warner.
Then Fred got to go back winner.
Fred got to come inside, right? Yep. So when Fred comes inside, bow, you have that window for him. So again, not saying that was overly complicated, but the details win on that route there, Voch. I don't know if you got anything else you want to show.
Oh, 100%. Let's do it.
Oh, look at this, y'all. Wow. Was that pre-snap motion when
Scott, why we can't do this the whole game, bro? Why we can't do this the whole game, bro?
But
make him think, Scott.
So, all right, we get the pre-snap, at-snap motion, right? Mm-hmm. And he's going to run kind of this out and up, by the way. So that's just a great route. CD's just basically going to run down the seam. But watch what happens because of this motion. He's firing downhill. Right here.
And Scott, once again, I think this is why it's important. If that would have been Brevin, they don't respect Brevin. You know? If it would have been like Zeke or something, they don't respect Zeke. You have got to make a concept to where 2 dangerous people are making them think. You've got to make them pick between Ferguson and Lamb.
Defender fell down because you ran at snap motion. That's why the defender falls down. The defender doesn't have, if he doesn't run this motion, this doesn't happen. Look at this. And also just a great release by CD. Again, details, right? CD releasing out this way, forces this corner, right? And now he's basically beat. And now look, oh, this is scheming dudes open, Voch.
Scott, I think this is why it's so frustrating, because you know that Mike can do it. He just won't.
This is scheming dudes open. And bet if he even got over here, you got 2 dudes running wide the hell open for touchdowns, man. So before we get to the final drive, we just showed you 2 touchdown drives using the things that work against the 49ers. If you watch the first 2.5 quarters, or whatever, maybe 3 of this game, there was really none of that happening, Voch. Why? Remember the 12%? Remember the 12% ass snap motion?
Yeah.
We just showed you like 4 of the 7 plays that happened in 2 drives in the 4th quarter. Where was that? Serious question.
It's on the damn play sheet. He just he look at the other side. He be looking at the other plays with the easy stuff. Scott, and that's why it's so frustrating, Scott.
That's why it's frustrating.
Because we know you can call a good, Pittsburgh was a really good game. These couple of drives were really good drives, Scott. But then we go right, but after we do some good shit, we go right back.
Oh, we about to get right into that.
Okay, well, let's run right into it.
We about to get right into that. So this is the final drive. I'll let you take it away here as well. So after we talk all about, hey, man, by the way, I wanted to bring this up because I believe Broad has talked about this a lot on your show, but it's something you notice, but when you hear the numbers, crazy. The width that the Cowboys play with pre-snap at the line of scrimmage with their alignments is the most in the it's the highest in the league, meaning the Cowboys spread out their wide receivers the most in the league. If you follow trends in the league, condensed formations are winning, right? Bunch formations are winning. Stack formations are winning. We spread it out. That is really, to me, an Achilles heel of the Cowboys offense. That's when you talked about this before. When things get tight, Mike seems to go back to what he's comfortable with, right? So what do? We just did all this, I won't even call it razzle dazzle, but kind of creative stuff, right? Pre-snap, at-snap motion, isolating guys, creative stuff. We get to the final drive, Voch. What do we do?
We're probably gonna run upfield and turn around, Sky.
No.
Oh, okay.
We're wide, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's no snap motion. There's nothing. So this is the very first play. I'll let it run through where Dak almost threw the pick, and we'll run it back. And we'll tell you why. Again, details they just be running shit, bro.
Yeah.
It just be running shit. Could have been interception by 2 people. There's multiple things on this play that are wrong here, in my opinion. Okay. Number one, I'm gonna start off in the backfield. Number one. Okay, so if you're going to have, let's watch it. If you're going to have Jake Ferguson down here, okay, y'all, Chip, why is Zeke on that side? Right? Why is Zeke on that side? Well, Scott, why does that matter? Because if Ezekiel Elliott starts, and get rid of that, if Zeke is over here and he releases into the flat right now, either Lenore
It takes a linebacker away.
or Fred Warner have to acknowledge Zeke. So let's kind of start from the bottom and work our way up. So he doesn't start on that side. He has a delayed. He has to come from across the field, run through traffic, delay release. The whole time, Fred is not threatened. What is threatening Fred Warner right now? What is threatening? I think this is Lenore. What's threatening him? Nothing. So these dudes is right in the line of sight, and Dak just says, F it, I'm going to my guy, right? Everybody said, why are we going to Turpin? Why are we going to Tolbert? Why are we going to Beverly Span Ford? Well, he tried to go to his guy, and 3 dudes is around him.
Yep.
Okay? Stupid throw. Shouldn't have did it. But if we get Ezekiel Elliott, in my opinion, starting on this side, and he releases right away, one of these 2 dudes has to acknowledge it. One of these 2 dudes, if not both of them, are not in the throwing window. And if they don't, if they don't acknowledge it, why not release outside? Why are we releasing turning inside where, again, you're just, look at this. There's 2 dudes just right here looking at each other.
Also, too, Scott, if somebody says, why don't we throw it to Turpin or why don't we throw it to whoever else, they're probably not even involved in the play. Like, they're probably just asked to run downfield and not even be involved.
There's literally nothing here except you. If you dump it off to Zeke, I mean, Zeke's getting tackled. He's getting tackled right here.
You definitely can't throw it to him anyway. But I don't even think
you
it's
can't
in the
throw
play.
it here.
I don't even think it's in the play to look at him. Is what I'm saying, Scott. I think this is a one read ass play that they're forcing Dak to make. Nobody else is an option, and nobody else is an option because they all just running down there.
And you get no, again, stagnant, no creative mode. So it's just the play just all together. I just think it's just a terrible look. And then you can't compound it. We talked about this yesterday. You can't compound it with a terrible decision.
Plus, though, Scott, one more thing too.
Yep.
We had like almost 4 minutes on the clock. This is an aggressive play call. This is an aggressive. Like, you got a lot of guys running way downfield. You didn't have to run to play this aggressive.
But we came out as if we were down, 17 points with 30 seconds left.
With 40 seconds, right? You got
so that's the thing, right? Like, you look at Pittsburgh and you bring up Pittsburgh is perfect because 4 minutes left. You need a touchdown. They didn't panic. Not saying, I get tempo works. Tempo does not mean you come out in the first place. This. Mm-hmm. You could come out and establish tempo by not being this aggressive. They're not going to let you get big plays downfield in stagnant formations and uncreative concepts.
Even if you had the idea of, okay, let's go score on this drive, you don't want to give the ball right back to San Fran with 1:30 with 2 minutes or something like that. We're rushing right here. And Mike McCarthy's calling plays like he's rushing right here because he ass.
I mean, you really put anyway. All right, so let's go to second now.
Yeah, we just move on.
Okay, so this is actually the cartel look, and this is why, again, I say if Zeke starts on this side, look at Warner. Warner has no worries about anything over here. Because why? What is it to worry about?
Nobody's over there.
So soon as Zeke releases this way, he's like, man, that's Ezekiel Elliott. I can give a damn if he catches the rock. I'm still in position to get him. Number one, but Zeke doesn't turn out. If he turns out, maybe Fred Warner chases him. He turns inside. So when he turns inside, everybody's in the line of sight. Lenore has nobody to worry about, and Dak is like, I'm going to CD Lamb regardless. Granted, ain't nobody else to go to.
Back up, Scott. Back up.
Yeah, I got you.
No, like back up to the wide view, to the sideline view.
Got you.
and draw a triangle, like run it a little bit and draw a triangle of how close Zeke, Ferg, and Lamb are.
Well, Zeke, Ferg, and Lamb ain't close, but Zeke.
I'm talking about no. Draw this little triangle right here, like just from Ferg to Zeke to Lamb. You're ignoring everything that's not in that little circle right there.
I see what you're saying. So like out here.
So if I'm Fred or fucking freaking Lenore or this safety right here, as long as I'm in this little area right here, that's everybody.
Yeah, because what's threatening Lenore?
Everybody's covered. We're not using the sidelines. We're not using nothing. Everything's right there.
How do we go from a bunch formation like this where we're threatening guys? Look, we're threatening guys here. We're threatening guys deep. Now we get this. How do we go from that? Hell, even if he wanted to hold it, look, he could have went here too. Like, how do we go from that to this, Voch? I don't know. All right, so
what the fuck is Mike trash? We know.
let's get to second down here. Oh, I forgot it has the second view here. All right, so bet second down. Okay, stagnant didn't work, right? Uncreative didn't work. Let's get in our bag and get creative. Oh, dear Lord. Voch.
Nope.
Here's what we're doing.
Nope.
We're just going to run CD Lamb down here and just
look back. Just look.
Hey, squad, where we going? Right here? Okay. Yeah, all right. where we going, squad? Serious question. Final drive. Game on the line. Second down. We're at the top of the drop. Where we going? Enlighten me, Voch.
I don't have no enlightenment, bro.
I bet. So, all right, we at the top. Now I got my hitch. Step up. Guys, where are we going? Again, if you say here, this is laughable. But where are we going, squad? Ah, damn. Then the pressure comes. Got to throw it out of bounds.
What was the box looking like pre-snap?
Light, wide, and light.
Just run the football. How did you just run something? Just run it. Just why not? Just why not? You and your damn 30-second offense, bro. And it's
there's no pre-snap motion. There's no creative concepts after the snap. There's nothing, bro. We just saw you do all the good stuff. Mm-hmm. We're at the final drive, the second play in the final drive. All right, Voch, incomplete. Here we go. Third down, Voch. Third down. We need it, Voch. We gotta have it. Pre-snap motion? Nope. No. Cadets formation? Nope. We got any stacks going on, Voch? Any bunch of formations?
I would have rather us run 22 empty than this.
I would have rather us throw a damn screen to Hunter Lipke for 18 yards or something. All right, bet. Cool. All right, man. Make something happen. What are we doing? We running down the field and looping around.
Middle of the field.
I don't even know what he just doing shit. I mean,
because he's not a part of the play. We have been reduced to
he just doing shit,
and I don't even know what the one.
And you just run down the field. I mean, what are we doing here, dog? Okay, all right. I'll let the play run. So with all this, again, look at this. They giving you single high, Voch. What did we just showed you how to tag it. Anyway, cool.
I tell you what to do with single high, and I'm just do with a microphone and camera. I'll show you what to do with some damn single high.
Brother Voch, this is the same they did in the first quarter.
Hey, Sky, hold on, I got to drop for shit. Hold on, Sky. Wait.
So they come out, right? And I look at them and they still got on the same shit they be wearing.
The same. We just talked about it. They just switched spots. It's the same thing.
Voch, they threw a pick on this play, Voch. Now, don't get me wrong.
Wait a minute, no, Scott. Don't walk past that. We just got picked off on this dumbass. The same concept, and we still don't occupy that damn one high safety.
What? Look at this. Ain't nothing going on.
We still don't occupy that damn one high safety, but we just throw it out there. And look, Dak hit him. That's what I said earlier.
We'll get to Dak hit him, but I mean, dog, you got lucky basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, look, Voch, hold on. Here's I gotta get up. Go ahead, Voch. I don't even. Voch.
God, what are we doing, dog?
Okay, look. So look. Remember earlier in the day?
Yeah.
Earlier in the day, we ran the same play, right?
Yeah.
if you say, okay, we're gonna run the same play, but we got to do something different to make sure this play get off, what you think you're gonna do? I'm gonna help Cuzzo because I don't want the game on the line. Terrence Steele 1-on-1 with Nick Bosa. What you think they do, Voch? Take a guess.
They don't do shit. And then they put Hunter on the opposite side.
Oh,
again.
Lord, they go 1-on-1 with it. We didn't learn our lesson from the first quarter. We did the same shit.
Put him on the opposite side again. They put him on the opposite. Look, Tyler Gang was
Bro,
fine.
this is dumb. Like, how I'm okay. With a little bit of a bit, having a little bit of fun, but in all seriousness,
I ain't having a bit. I'm mad.
I'm just saying, how do you watch this? And just from an IQ standpoint, Aaron Rodgers is scoring. I get it. But Aaron Rodgers said, Mike McCarthy dumb as he said that. And I'm starting to see why he said that. Because this is just common sense. If the play was an interception earlier, okay, let's go back, look on our little pads. Why was it interception? I bet we ran itty bitty Turpin down the sidelines. That's stupid. Oh snap, we went 1-on-1 with Nick Bosa and he got pressure. All right, we'll come back to it, but let's make sure we double Nick and we have some time to get it out there. They didn't do anything. Fortunately, look where Nick Bosa's at. Fortunately, Dak said, hey man, I gotta get this thing out. He gets it out and he puts it on the money, but he puts it on the money to the little itty bitty. And you know, he drops the ball. And look, two things here, Voch. You got to catch that as a receiver. But why are we running itty bitty 5 nothing down the boundary to catch a contested jump ball?
On 3rd and 10?
On 3rd in your life. On 3rd and I gotta have it.
On 3rd and this is your last chance, your last
I mean, he puts it right there. You got to catch it. Like, there's no excuse. But do we not learn our lesson from earlier? Okay.
Scott, we really ran the same play, bro.
Same play.
That got picked off early.
Well, Scott, he didn't have. He shouldn't have threw it to him, man. He shouldn't have threw it to him. Why didn't he throw it to somebody else? Who? I'm sorry for yelling at you, Voch.
He yelled at me. He yelled at him.
Sorry, bro.
He yelled at them. Sky, it's check. Can I ask y'all something real fast while we're up here talking? I know a lot of us get emotional after the game or whatever. Do y'all still feel like this is a Dak is trash problem, or it's a Dak fault problem? You know, Dak had a couple of bad plays. I get it, but for the vast majority, what is Dak going to do with the nonsense that's being called here? What's he gonna do with the nonsense that's being called here?
And you know, it's frustrating, bro. All right, fourth down. You gotta have it, Voch. Do we run pre-snap motion? I know that ain't who I think it is. Oh, I'm glad it wasn't, because I was about to say I bet Burvis Smith 4 better not be out there.
I know that better not be who I think it is.
But let me tell you something real quick. Fourth and 10. No offense, and I've become a big fan of Hunter. The he doing out there on 4th and 10?
I don't tell him. Scott, I don't know. Scott, I would rather Turpin be the running back. If in this situation, if you're gonna throw it to him, I'd rather Turpin.
All right, okay, all right, bet. All right, 4th and 10. He's gonna be out there. He's gonna be blocking, right? Like he's gonna. He
run a route, Scott.
All right, 4th and 10. Dak gets to the back of his drop. Class, once again, who
where we going?
Are
why they so close?
We throwing to?
Why they so close, guy? Why they so close? And Nick Bosa killing you, by the way.
No, Malik Collins killed your ass on this one. We're going to get to that in a second. But
I'm talking about the whole. What I'm saying is, if Nick kills you all day, of course it should change how you call plays. If Nick been whoop my ass all day, I'm not calling no long developing nonsense.
Hold on, Vi, look at it. Somebody said the full black in the slot. Do you know who this is, sir? 4th and 10. You want him to throw a 3-yard out route with Fred Warner. Y'all crazy, bro. Y'all gonna see what y'all want to see.
Wait a minute, Scott.
Step up and throw it to Hunter Lip. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Because I'm analytics guy now. Fred Warner, the best covering linebacker in the league.
Come on, fam. Fred Warner, like, please throw across your body with a dude running right on you. Please, I dare you. Pick 6 to the crib. Stop playing with me. Who? Bro, what is this? What is this nonsense, bro?
This is some bullshit. We ain't
Okay.
trying out.
All right, 4th down, your game online. Let's go look at the route combinations. Let's go look at it one time. I don't know what the fuck. What are they? Hold on.
So they come out, right? And I look at them and they still got on the same they be wearing at the club.
Hey, yo, you play musical chairs, right?
Yeah.
You know how it's down to 1 chair or 3 chairs. Dudes start fighting for the chair. It look like these motherfuckers is fight. Hey, get up. Hey, this is my spot. This is my spot. What? Come on, man.
We fight for space.
This don't make no sense, bro. Like this is stupid.
But look, Sky, how about this? I don't mind people running close together, but like they're not even look, Sky, they're not even trying to manufacture some kind of pick here.
No,
they just running close.
They're trying to run. They're trying to run.
Jeremy say they racing. Sky, Jeremy
racing. bro. So once again, look. Hey, Voch, look at this. Take a look at this here, boy. This.
What do you do?
Wow. Look at the middle of the field. Wow. No routes in the middle of the field. At the very least, and maybe this is where a savvy ass veteran receiver, instead of saying, yo, we just gonna race here and then we gonna break, maybe you say, I'm gonna break this off right here. Right? Like, I'm gonna break this off at 8. Bow. Let me break this off right now. I don't know, but I bet.
But Scott, this is the bad part, right? Look at the sticks. You still only need 10 yards. Why are we doing all this? With 3 minutes on the clock. You only need 10
Scott,
yards.
he could have just easily stepped up, right? He could have just, what are you talking about, man? Just step up and run. Just step up and throw it to the fullback with Fred Warner on him. Just step up. Your all-pro guard is going to give you time, right? Whoop!
Or Malik conjured every bit of superpowers he's had and used it right there. And he used it right there.
And guess where you're blocking football? You're blocking fullbacks at?
Running with Fred. Running with Fred. What are you fucking with Fred for? We need you down here. Zach on the ground. How he get there?
Look at this shit.
Yo, Zach on the ground is crazy. What's Zach doing? Rewind. What the fuck Zach doing?
This is comical, man.
How he get down there?
I think he tripped. I think I saw. I think he tripped.
Ain't nobody even touch Zach, man. This some shit.
No, he tripped over. Look at old boy's feet, man. He tripped over.
That's a terrible optic, dog.
Right there, is it?
He fall down so slow.
Oh. Do this dang leg.
I'm sick of this team. I just hope we beat them.
So, but here's what pisses me off, right? Like if they had Hunter Lipke back here,
he could have helped.
He could have helped.
He could have done a lot more than running around against Fred.
They get mad. Man, Dak in the clutch. What about your all-pro guard in the clutch getting whooped? What about your head coach in the clutch telling Jalen Tolbert and Jalen Brooks to race for the name of Jalen? They racing for first place. Whose name is really Jalen? But hey, dog, you got to overcome it, Voch. So
and you can't sit Zach Martin though, huh? You can't sit him. Huh?
Hell no. What are we? No.
Don't
you do that to Zach? Like, I didn't mean to click that. Zach trip, bro. But nah, he's definitely, this is it. But anyway, man. So there you go.
Oh wait, what'd you say that, Chuck? What'd you say, Chuck?
This is it, man. He retired.
He'll go ahead and drive
every time. But so that's the final drive. And the reason why I wanted to set it up that way is because we saw the things that work, Voch. Yeah. And you go the game on the line. All people see on the broadcast view is, man, shoot, 4 ain't get it done.
Yeah.
We broke it down as about as detailed as you possibly can. Where in the was he supposed to go with these? What happened to what worked?
Yes. Scott, somebody in the chat said, when I was asking, do you still think this Dak fault? Somebody was like, it's 50-50. Man, I say like 70-30 maybe, 80-20 maybe. Like Mike McCarthy's horrible, bro.
Ain't no way you watching this offensive scheme, this offensive blocking, this no running game, and you come away 50-50.
And look, Scott, I think you have the dudes to do it if your scheme was better. I think you got enough dudes to do it if your scheme was better. Your scheme just hot garbage. We
have one game where a back has more than 11 carries. One. You are quite literally the worst rushing team in the league. Quite literally, the worst rushing team in the league.
I think Isaac Garendo in 2 games got more than Zeke and Rico. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. He did have a couple long runs in that Seattle game, or at least one long run. Excuse me. You don't have some like scheme that's just manufacturing dudes wide open on a consistent basis, or just open in general on a consistent basis. You can't run as a quarterback, so you are reliant on your scheme, on your pass blocking, on your run game. And defensively, you don't have a defense that's giving you the ball back to take advantage of extra opportunities. They haven't had a turnover in 3 games or in 2 games. The last time they got a turnover I think it was Pittsburgh. Was it the last play of the game?
Pittsburgh, yeah.
And I'm not counting that shit. That was a fumble-rooski play. You haven't had a legitimate turnover since the Saints, I think it was. So, and I say this all the time jokingly, but I'm serious. He has to overcome that. So if you're one of those people that say, I don't care what the context is, I don't care how bad the team is, he needs to go out there and win the game all the time. That's his. If he doesn't do it, I'm blaming him. Then I can't argue with you. You're absolutely right. If you're going to ignore all context, what I'll say is he does have to overcome a lot of things, but one thing he cannot do is make the boneheaded plays. Just don't make the boneheaded plays, and I don't think anybody can really come at you. But when you make the boneheaded play like you made in the third quarter or whatever it was, people can look at that and say, well, that's the reason why we lost the game. When in reality, you had a chance to win this game here. You just literally did what you did before, or obviously you don't give up 21 points in the third quarter, but there's so much more factors to this cluster of a mess that we have that I laugh. If it doesn't start with everything else and then you get to 4, then there's clearly a bias here. Clearly.
So I did some research, guy.
Yeah.
Isaac Garendo, who's like their running back 5 or something, I think. In 37 carries, he got 227 yards.
How many? What is that on a yard per carry basis?
Yards per carry, that is 6.1.
God dang.
Ezekiel Elliott on 48 carries, which is more than him, he got 149 yards. And then I took a look at Rico Dowdle on 59 carries, which is more than both of them. He got 246 yards, which is only like 19 more than Isaac Garendo. And Isaac Garendo only played like 3 games or something.
Yeah. And let me do this for the viewers. I'm curious, and I don't know, maybe it might be cheating because we know now.
He was available to be draftable.
Oh, come on, man. That was our guy. That was one of our draft darlings that whatever. So I always say this when I'm like, hey, look, you don't need a bunch of all-pro first-round offensive linemen to be able to run the ball well. You need a quality scheme and a philosophy and a commitment to make that a part of who you are, right?
Yep.
With 8 games, you probably change your mind. But going into the season, and this is a question for those who believe this offensive line was better. I never believed that. I told you guys it would take some time, whatever. But there's people who believe that. Going into the season, the way you were feeling, and you may not know the Niners offensive line, but when you say all-pro Zach Martin, all-pro Tyler Smith, y'all, we love Cooper Beebe at center, y'all love Tyler Guyton left tackle and Terrence Steele. When you look at the Niners line, would you say across the board, Cowboys are better than the Niners line across the board? Going into the season, I know this is going to be hard to be unbiased because I know there's a lot of fans that told me this line was better than the Cowboys line last year. Going to the season, would you say, yeah, give me the Cowboys line over the Niners line? Like, serious question. Who would you take going into the season? I bet you there's a lot of liars out there that would have taken the Cowboys offensive line. Seriously. But Pooney has turned into, he's really good. Obviously, they still got Trent. McKivitz is McKivitz. He's not all that. Their interior
playing better, though. Playing better, but he's not all that.
He's not all that. The interior is okay, but Pooney's not. But I'm saying, going into the season, you wouldn't have been like, man, that Niners offensive line is beastie. You wouldn't have said that.
Aaron Banks ain't even good.
Come on. But they have a scheme. They have a commitment. They're creative. And that's why they're able to just plug anybody in that backfield, and they are productive, bro.
Yeah.
I digress.
I mean, if you look at all the other first-round picks around the league and how they doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was watching like Graham Barton the other day, and Barton out there going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? And,
we like Graham.
We loved Graham. Fawad got there going crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, we wasn't getting him, but
we wouldn't. But I don't know, man. That's old news or whatever. But I think you have the dudes to do it. Your scheme is just horrific, and of course, defense is a whole nother conversation. But I think Mike got enough guys. Mike just being good.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to hold you up for a whole nother show of defense. Maybe we can come back and do the defense, but
him next week.
I'll be quick on this though. I am a little shocked at just how bad we've been at getting turnovers and sacks. Like, I knew we'd take a step back at both because what Mike Zimmer requires, he wants these guys to be more sound and disciplined to the ball and all this and all that. But brother, we ain't neither of those either. Right? So it's like, man, we haven't had, and look, I'm not trying to exaggerate here, okay? I don't count the turnover in Pittsburgh last play of the game. I'm not counting the turnover in New York last play of the game. So you got Detroit, San Fran, Pittsburgh, New York. That's 4 games they have not had a turnover, Voch.
Yeah.
What was the game before that? Baltimore?
Baltimore, yeah.
Was it a turnover in that game?
Well, was it a fumble? No.
Okay, 5. You have to go back to the Saints. And guess when they got that turnover?
At the end of the game?
You was down by like 30-something points.
Yeah. It was over with.
Like, think about all of the things you have to, like, and not just from a Dak Prescott standpoint. I'll put this on Mike McCarthy as well. Like, it's a lot for this offense because they're not getting any help on the other side of the ball either. Sure. You know what I mean? But hey, Mike, that's your job. That is your job to make this thing work out.
Honestly, though, Scott, I think if the offense did a little better, I think the defense may be a little better. Because if we can score points and put pressure on the other team,
of course,
at least the other team will stop running the ball, and that's our problem. But
I don't think they would stop running the ball. You're asking the offense to be the elite offense. Do you believe in your heart of hearts, scheme, talent wise, offensive line blocking, they have that ability to be an elite offense?
Dallas Cowboys?
Yes.
Elite offense, nah.
That's what you require. If the reason why teams couldn't run the ball consistently against you for the last 3 years is because your offense was potent. It was scary. Yeah. It was, hey man, we got to abandon the run.
Yeah,
because they're scoring a bunch of points. What have you seen this year? Think about this. A little bit better for the offense is still not that good.
Sure,
it's still not that good.
Sure,
you need this.
We're a long
offense
way
to be,
from Cooper, Gallup, and Lamb.
You need this offense to be extremely better for other teams to be like, hey man, we ain't got to run the ball. You'd be a fool not to run the ball against this team. An absolute fool. Yeah. But I digress, man. I digress. Let's get to, I don't know if you got some supers on your side. Let me find some supers on my side.
Yeah, I probably got some over here, man.
Bow.
You got to laugh to keep from cussing folk out,
Oh, trust and believe me. Shoot, the end of that film session, you just have to laugh, man.
Yeah. Zach Martin falling down kind of crazy.
It is.
Get your ass up.
Yeah, I got 4. I got 4 of them. I'll get to them here right now and let you pull yours up, man.
Super chat.
B Bird drop 5. He said, when you're strictly draft and develop, you can't afford to miss in the second round. Mozzie and Guyton looking shaky too. Come on. If you missing first and second round 2 years in a row,
that's tough.
That's rough, brother.
Super chat.
Hall of Fame Cowboys fan drop 5. Voch said the sh ever. He said the Cowboys did not take advantage of no green law. Oh, the realest ish ever. The Cowboys did not take advantage of no green law. Facts.
Ufunga too.
All the film is out there, bro. The film's out there. The middle of the field was how you beat these dudes. Pre-snap, ass-snap motions, how you beat these dudes. We decided to do the opposite.
Super chat.
Pre-sham talk drop 2. Said this team is incompetent coaches too. Yeah. And then Jay Diz
super chat
drop 5 and said Zach Martin forgot to take his meds. He went to sleep. This L is on Mike for sure.
I got 2 of them, man. Appreciate y'all. Shaq the Vikings fan. He dropped a deuce and says someone need to tell Mike to stop using Ask Madden. Terrible. And then Hallelujah dropped the 5 of them there. Appreciate you, sir. He says, Voch, Dak isn't trash. He's just asked to do Pro Bowl skill challenges every week. No quarterback can overcome that. Mike's scheme ass.
Pro Bowl skill challenges is crazy. Yeah, that's wild. Hey, look, if that film session did drive you to want to get a drink, y'all can just head on down to Specs, man. Just go ahead and do that. It wasn't intended for y'all to do that, but I can get, how you watch this and you can get frustrated. But Specs is your one-stop destination for unbeatable selections of beer, wine, liquor, and finer foods, whether you're planning that party or you're just looking for the perfect bottle. Specs has got you covered, and they're here to make your game days a lot easier. How? Same day delivery or curbside pickup. You can shop online right now by downloading the app or easily place your order with any of your local Specs across all of Texas. That's Specs. Cheers to you. Cheers to savings. Hey, Voch.
Boy, they had a party over there, boy. They was drinking. Ain't no telling what was going to happen.
They weren't watching the Cowboys, I tell you that.
They were not. No.
They was not watching the Cowboys, man. At all. Pardon shots if you got any.
Man, hey, man, you know, I feel like you've played the worst, the toughest defenses that you have to play now. You know what I'm saying? You played the toughest defenses that's I think on your schedule. So Ravens, Niners still tough, Pittsburgh. So now these next couple of games, you have to focus on putting points on the board because I think if you're going to win them, they're going to have to be shootouts because now the offense is, you know what I'm saying, the offense is kind of ramping up also, but the defense is getting a little less. I think you can deal with, you know, Washington, Philly, Falcons. I think you can deal with those offenses comparatively to what's going on with the offense you just deal with. So you got to focus on points. You have got to focus on putting points on the board because the offense ain't getting no easier coming up. Houston too. Yeah,
I don't think the opposing offenses you're playing are going to get any easier. You know, so I think you're going to have to keep up with these dudes. And until I see the defense, you know, show any type of life of who they used to be, you know, getting stops, turnovers, things like that consistently, then I'll dig into that, feel good about the defense. But I'm not coming away with no moral victory from the defense that gave up 500 yards. For the first time since 2012, they gave up 240 passing yards, 240 rush yards. How the hell I come away from that feeling good? I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. So y'all can have the silver lining moral victories on that defense. I don't believe in either of the Mikes, but I don't believe in the defense just turning it around to the point where they're going to help you out in the playoffs. Do I believe in the offense? I don't. But guess what? That's really our only shot, in my opinion. 4, 88, 87 are going to have to turn up. Be nice if Mike could turn up, but I have no belief that he will.
Defense got to get healthy. Your offense got to call better plays.
Yeah. With that said, man, I think we got everything. We got the somebody just called this the CTE session. The tape is a CTE session.
ECT on what
I think he might have meant TCE maybe.
That's a college, ain't it?
No, TCE or CET. I'm sorry, CET. I think is what he meant.
What that mean?
The brain damage stuff.
CTE.
I'm sorry. Man, look, I got the brain damage from the damn film. I'm hitting the button. Goddamn button, man.
Gotta go lift the weight.
I said TCE, ETC,
EBT,
ABC.
What?
Hey, you want later? You got any? You got broadest?
Yeah, man. I got broadest. I got film. I got Patreon. I got everything, man.
Man, y'all know where to find my brother, man. Voch Lombardi, ladies and gentlemen. Drop flames in the chat for him coming on here and blessing our show this morning. We out of here. Lay y'all. Peace. I got you this time. I'm about to get my man's Willie Ways to rap over this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I got to get this to him. Willie Ways, if you're listening, man, I got to reach out to you.
Shouts out to Willie Ways, man. Don't mess this up.
Actually,
it's perfect right now. Because it's perfect right now.
True.
Willie Ways on the beat. Willie Ways on the beat. A, B, C, D, E, Willie Ways.
Bomb Squad!